Hello everybody, my name is Katrina and I'm here to help. I do that by sharing my experience through life, and now it is 6 days, counting down to my psychic evaluation for autism. You may notice I'm wearing my headgear with reindeers. That's because I have had problems with my hair, and I've been to the hairdresser, and now it's better. And it gets shorter in the back end, so I prefer not to use smaller headbands right now. So that's why I'm using it. So the hair can grow, and I also bought some silk pillows so it can grow back out, and not put blonde spray on it every day so it gets tore and sore and sad. So that's why I'm wearing it. Yes, and I like it. It's easy to put on in the morning, and when I have my days off, I can just relax and don't be so fixated about what everybody else thinks of my hair. So, as many do, our appearances are very important to us. The social norms are dictating most of our lives. You're supposed to be flawless in the skin, and well, as you see, I'm not. There is something going on there, and I'm using my creams and stuff to have a better facial health. That's also what I want to talk about, our mental health and our physical health. And in this episode, I want to talk about how to take care of your needs in context with how I experienced the pandemic. And this is a hard topic, I know. Many people are have lost somebody, and my heart goes out to you. And many people have suffered through the pandemic, and of course, I don't want anybody to suffer. I don't have any close relatives or friends who have died, so it's hard to imagine how you must feel. But I imagine it's horrible, of course. And there is also another aspect to it. Even if you didn't lose anybody, you might have been isolated, forced to be at home, and that wasn't very good for a lot of people, I have understood. But for me, it opened up a lot of doors to my personality. And before, I didn't do much outdoors. I've been on some hiking tours and slept in a tent, but the pandemic really opened some personal doors for me. This is where I also feel different from other people. I feel different in the sense that I didn't before feel worthy to experience life alone. And what do I mean by that? Well, it has through the years have a sense of that I am not allowed to enjoy something if there is not somebody with me. That could be quite strange for some people, I know, but for us who are different, we can feel that being alone is bad, because most of our culture tells us that it is bad to be alone. And I felt most of my life that I'm not allowed to experience a warm summer day, happiness. Today I'm on holiday because I'm so tired, and I'm self-sabotaging it because I don't feel like I'm good enough or worthy to be happy and enjoying my free time. So that's quite confusing, and I have through the years talked to a lot of therapists about this, and that's why I also have taken it up again now where I'm working. I all day full time, 8 to 4:30 every day on normally this normal Tuesday, but I decided to take a couple of days off each month to recover my strength. And that also means that I don't have normal holidays where you have weeks and go away somewhere. I realized this quite a lot during the pandemic because there were restrictions everywhere and I couldn't travel as I used to in my car. That's how I usually travel throughout Sweden. But now we are restricted to work at home, most of us, because of the high risk to get sick, basically. To the pandemic, I wasn't sick. I had and still have some sore throat because of stress, I think. So I were allowed to work from home during these times of a hardship, and I'm really sorry for people who have been hurt to this, but for me, and probably because I think I am an autist, I had a very good 3 years. I learned to go hiking on my own in my countryside. And I want to thank Aaron Doughty for his video about being worthy just because you are you. And that's what I embodied throughout the pandemic by taking my rucksack, my bag, and my sleeping mat, and my sleeping bag outside. And I went for a couple of days of hiking each month, and it was amazing. I remember this as I looked at a movie on Netflix, The True Spirit, where there is a 17-year-old who sails the world alone. She's alone on her boat for several months, and my couple of days a month weren't as long as hers, but for a person that's never felt like she was worthy to enjoy life alone, this was a really big deal for me. So I learned to take a bus to the countryside and jump on the trail, which are, as many people know in Sweden, especially in Scania, have little signs where you know where to go. You don't need a compass or map. So you follow the orange signs and you will find the place where you can put up your tent. In Sweden we have allemansrätten, which means that you're allowed to pitch your tent anywhere, but you tend to want to in the hiking spots where there is many times a toilet or an outhouse, fireplace. Mostly there are wood. I was terrible at making a fire. I have a portable kitchen, and I used liquid to light a tiny fire under it, and then could cook my warm water. Usually I based all my meals on warm water. I made some bake up oatmeal, which I have some oats and some nuts and berries, and that was one of my meals. So, and it was great to solo hike on Skåneleden during these 3 years. It built up my confidence. I got stronger physically. And of course it was so scary the first times I slept alone in my little tiny tent. But it was amazing to be able to get up at 3 o'clock, hike through deserted towns like Båstad, and work along the coastline totally alone in the cold, learning that I could do that. It wasn't a sail around the world, but I could, with my own legs, get from point A to point B and be calm, happy, on my own schedule. I could rest when I wanted to, I could eat when I wanted to, and there were no social norms that was determining what I should do at a certain time, how I should feel, how I should act. And this was so amazingly freeing. I could decide on my own when, how, why, and how, again, how I felt, how I wanted to do stuff. So when I went back, I was ready for work again, and during this time I saw this Swedish documentary about how you could relax outside 30 minutes lying down each month to lower your pulse and your stress levels in the body. So I try to do this generally. It's called forest bathing. That is just lie down on the ground. You can have a camping mat under you if you like, but the basis is that you get down in your heartbeats and relax, and the trees around you, because you need to do this in nature, hopefully where trees are growing, so you can connect back to nature. So that's helped me quite a lot. And to handle these worry times, these people dying all over the world, the news, and it was very terrifying times mostly. And to work from home at that, not in the office, so that could be quite stressful. Many people didn't appreciate it, but I did. I felt that it's easier to connect on chat, and if you need to call your co-workers and your boss, it's actually harder for me to be at the office because there's much more noise pollution, social norms. Just the clothes are a bit stressful to wash. If you saw my last video, wash and iron if you need to, and having a plan for all this. And well, it's easy to work from home where you can change your outfit if it gets too warm, too cold, or whichever it could be. My body changes its temperature over the day, which I also learned very much about when I was out hiking. It's warmer in the middle of the day, around to 5, and then you need to dress up again for the night's rest. So it was very helpful to learn about myself, who I am, and how I can present myself, and that I am worthy for just being me. I am different, I know, but it's all right, and it's also right to be not like me. So anyone who needs to feel more secure, you need to go outside your comfort zone and do something you never thought you would or could, and then you will grow as a person. It could be sail around the world, it could be just taking a walk through the block and do something you haven't done before. It's your life. You need to know where your comfort zone ends and begins to be able to make it bigger. This reminds me of a poem, which is in Swedish, but I'm trying to translate it here. Many years I traveled under great cost. I traveled through many countries, through the high mountains and the oceans. The only thing I didn't see was a glittering drop of water in the grass exactly outside my door. So that was my basic idea when I started my hiking tours around Skåneleden. There's a lot to see just outside our door. So That's my message for you today. Stay strong, stay healthy, and be yourself. That's the greatest gift you can give to anybody. So take care, have a nice day, and do good out and speak your truth. Bye.